Warning, I'm just having fun with old cars. I hope you get some tips and a good laugh from watching, but don't do what I do on your projects. What is up, everybody? We're back on this turd again. So, it moves under its own power, which is awesome. It's actually super convenient because I was able to just drive it over here. But as they say, the last 10% takes 90% of the time, and I feel like I'm only I still have like 25% left, it feels like. So today we're going to work on exhaust system, hopefully, and cooling ish. So I screwed up a little bit and I ordered an electric fan, but I somehow ordered a 12-inch fan instead of the 16 I thought I was getting. It's actually going to work out, I think, because I'm going to be able to put two of the 12 inches side by side, so I have a second one of them coming. But for now, I want to get the one hooked up where maybe we can let this thing run for a bit. Maybe I can get an actual reading on transmission fluid and all that stuff without it trying to get hot. Also, so to go with that, comes with this install kit, and right there by my pinky is the thermostat switch, which we got to get put in the cylinder head. I bought this little adapter. I don't know if you guys can see that. I showed it to you upside down. Anyway, that'll go in the cylinder head where we can put that temperature switch in. We gotta wire all that up. I'm hoping to do it where it just comes on automatically, just because I really want anybody to be able to get in, just turn the key and drive this thing without a bunch of switches and goofiness. It's kind of the idea. I also picked up this Murray 45660 thermostat. It's a 160 thermostat port. The factory ones I think are kind of high in these motors, especially for what I'm using it for. So we're going to swap that out, and that is why the truck is back there and not up here, because I'm going to be leaking water out of it, and then I have to lay on the ground and do the exhaust later. So I have a bunch of figuring out to do on electrical and stuff, and where I'm going to draw power from and everything. So I am just going to probably set you guys up on maybe a time lapse, or maybe just short clips. I don't know yet. And I'm going to, do a bunch of screwing around, and then I'll show you after kind of what everything looks like. So that's the plan. Hopefully, if I get the exhaust on it and get the fan on it where it'll at least hold temperature decent, I'd like to be able to drive this thing around, at least around the neighborhood. That would be the goal for the day. I don't know if we're gonna get there, but I definitely ain't gonna get there just talking. So I gotta get to work. I believe the last thing you saw was I pulled the thermostat out and I got the wrong one. apparently there's two different styles, and there's one that's attached to the housing and one that isn't. And you know, 50-50 shot, I'm gonna get the wrong one. It's just the way my life goes. So that's fine. I just put it back together with the one that was in it. It'll be fine for now until I return that one and get a different one. I also got the temp sensor put in, and I also got the fans installed and wired, and I did not show any of that. It's not exciting. So let me show you. It's hard to see, which is part of why I didn't film it, because you can't see anything. But there's the fan. I have plenty of room for the second one over here, so I've been kind of planning ahead for that also. I was able to find key on power over here that wasn't being used, and I actually ran a wire through the loom for the headlights all the way over here, and I mounted our relay right here. The key on power's coming into this breaker thing. Then this wire right here is actually our power. It comes back out here into the fan. Yeah, I actually split it into two and covered this, and that'll be power to the second fan. Ground. Then this is 12 volt straight off the battery through a fuse into the relay, and then there's a ground wire right here that runs to the switch there, you can see. So once that switch sees the temperature it's supposed to come on at, I don't remember what it is right now, it should make a ground circuit and cut the fans on. If you buy one, this is just a cheap Amazon kit, and it comes with all this. There is an eyelet in the ground circuit that there's no instructions on how to hook this up, so I connected that to that fender well. I don't know if you guys can see right there, and it turns out this is for like an override switch. So by hooking that to ground, it was making a constant connection whenever the key was on. So don't do that unless you are running a switch. Yeah, it's kind of dumb to even put that in place, in my opinion, but I just taped it up, and for right now it's gonna get shoved in there because I'm tired of messing with it. So I got kind of carried away running the wires, and that's part of why it took so long. The fan is stupid easy to mount. I just use these. They're kind of like zip ties in a way, and you just put some foam pads in there on both sides of the radiator, and you just pull it tight. Some people say you got to run a shroud. My old truck has similar fans to this, and those honestly are run. There's a 12 volt power wire run through a switch and through a fuse and straight to the two fans, and it's run that way for years. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it, but you don't have to overcomplicate this. Those fans I think are going out in that truck, but that's a problem for another day. So yeah, it's only as complicated as you make it, really. I kind of overcomplicated running the wires, trying to make it look nice, but it's not too bad. There's a ton of videos of people who actually are good at wiring doing that stuff, and that's why I didn't really film it. I'm an idiot, so you guys know that already. And I was trying to get it done fast, even though I spent 4 hours on it. So I'm going to kind of clean up my wiring mess and get the truck pulled up, and then start. I'm gonna make some lunch, and then we'll start on the exhaust. I got the truck all jacked up as much as I feel comfortable jacking it up on my sketchy asphalt here. I'm not getting too carried away with the exhaust here. I wanted to do like a TIG welded stainless exhaust, but it wouldn't make sense to put all that time and money into this. This thing's a super budget deal at this point, because I don't have any money, and I definitely don't have money now that it's getting close to being done. But I did pick up a kit. I'll show it to you. I picked up this exhaust kit off of the great Amazon, and I bought it on Prime Day, which was great, I guess. But it comes with a bunch of different bends, 2 sections of straight, and then I picked up this muffler. As you can see, it's not gonna be doing a whole lot. I don't know what my brain was thinking when I read the dimensions of that muffler, but I was thinking it was going to be a little bigger than that. So, yeah, it's probably not going to do a whole lot, but it is baffled, so that'll do something. We're also, my game plan right now granted I haven't crawled under the truck yet today, is to cross over the driver's side to the passenger side and run it out. Probably just gonna dump it in front of the rear end. I don't really care to try and go up and over the axle and all that stuff right now. But I gotta do something with the driver's side. I can't run it straight back, even though I wish I could. Because I'm running the stock tank, which is on the driver's side, and it would be right in the way. So that's why I'm going to try and tie the two together and then run them both through that muffler. I think it'll quiet it down enough. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. If it does, oh well, that's what I got. I've got like 170 bucks in that whole kit and caboodle, as they say. So you know the deal. I talk too much, so I'm just gonna put the camera under the truck and try and make it where you guys can see me. There's gonna be a lot of test fitting and a lot of me crawling in and out and cutting, and maybe we can get an exhaust on this thing. And if we do, maybe we can actually get this thing up to temperature and maybe ride it around. Or maybe not. I don't know yet. It's hot. Did I mention that? It's hot. It's really stinking hot. So, I'm gonna get to work. I'll catch up with you guys after I get something accomplished. Okay, folks, would you just look at it? Oh, well, don't look at it too close. The welds are pretty rough, but we got a muffler, we got a hanger. I was laying under the truck, and all of a sudden it started raining. I didn't even know we were getting a storm. So that's great. I'm just taking a break down here. As you may have seen, there's a lot of bugs crawling. I made a merge for the two pipes. You know, I have to, oh God, there's a bug on my face. Ah, I hate working outside. You gotta manage your expectations. So I need to get this done. I don't have, it's so hard to do an exhaust laying on your back with very little room and in the rain. That's good. Excited to hear that. Anyway, those are all excuses of why I didn't do as good a job as I should have done. But anyway, it's done. I am going to get my mess all cleaned up since it's raining and I have a welder and stuff out. That's safe. I'm gonna get my mess cleaned up and get this thing on the ground, and the next time you'll see me, we'll be firing it up with an exhaust and maybe trying to bleed the coolant system. So appreciate you guys for sticking with me here. I know this project is the end of it is painstaking, but one way or another, we'll get a drive-in on this thing. It just may not be today. Hang on. Okay, it's raining, which sucks, but we're gonna try and fire this thing up, see what it sounds like. I did have the battery unhooked and the MSC box unhooked because of all the welding we were doing on it. But let's fire it up, see what it sounds like. Got an exhaust leak on this side. What? Doesn't sound too bad. Definitely got an exhaust leak. We're also going to be testing out our fans to see if they're working. Fortunately, I think we're going to be taking this header back off. Okay, guys. The exhaust is done. The fan is hooked up. I still got to try and get this coolant system to bleed. It's kind of being a pain in the neck, which I think these motors kind of always are. I have a massive exhaust leak, and it's coming out. You can actually see it coming out between the tube in the header flange. So that means I get to pull this passenger side header back off and probably okay. Okay guys, it's the next day. I don't know where the video cut off yesterday because my battery died in the middle of me filming a clip. I messed with the truck a little bit just the last hour or so. I got the thermostat swapped out. Maybe you can kind of hear the exhaust. It's still got a massive exhaust leak up there. I think I said that in the last clip. I put manual gauges on it just because I was worried that the way I had the factory gauges may not have been reading correctly. I don't know yet, but let me show you. We've got about 35, 40 pounds of oil pressure at idle, which I'm good with. These things, I just kind of threw them in here. I really don't want to leave them in here, but I wanted to verify what I was seeing on the dash. So we got a temperature gauge hooked up. It's only been running a couple minutes, so we're not really reading anything there yet. But also, whoa, that got a little tricky. I did swap out the thermostat for a 160. I got the right one this morning. So yeah, I'm just kind of letting it run and then try and bleed the coolant system. If everything goes okay, the next clip we might be riding this thing around the block. We'll see. I gotta check fluids and all that stuff. Yeah, yesterday ended off on not really a great note because I found a lot of issues right at the end, but yeah, I'm still working on it, and I didn't want this video to end like that. So at least as of right now, it sounds pretty good. It's fairly quiet, which I'm happy with, and yeah, I'm gonna keep kind of an eye on stuff and let it run for a minute, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. Okay guys, it's running, still has oil pressure, temp is holding steady. I want to say it's about 180 probably. I got the laptop hooked up where I turned the idle up a little bit. Let's see if we can move this thing. Definitely got reverse. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to adjust the band maybe, because it's also got way too much stall in the converter for a stock motor, but it moves anyway. Let's see if it'll go forward. Oh, it's mad. Wonder what that was about. Might be out of gas. Sure enough, there ain't no gas in it. Ain't got no gas in it. Anyway, it's really stinking hot. I wasn't even supposed to work on the truck today, so I'm gonna take that as a win. I did move it around in the street a little bit that I didn't show you guys. I put a stall converter in it. I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have put a stock converter in it. That motor is completely stock, so it really doesn't need the converter. So that's kind of my bad, I guess. But next week, I think next week I'm gonna get that header off and fix the exhaust leak because it's terrible. And I'm gonna button up some more stuff. As bad as I want to drive it, I don't want to tear nothing up either. So, yeah. I reckon it's gonna sit in the yard till I get to it next week. But look at this. Woo! Look at that thing just sitting over there. I really do love that truck. Anyway, yep, that's gonna officially be the end of this video. You know, it's the little things. They really get you. But thanks for watching again. At some point we will drive this thing. I'm not the kind of person to rush into driving it just because and then end up tearing something up. So yeah, see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.